Hi, it's Father Justin. I'm coming to you from my from my favorite chair in my house where I love to read. It's where I feel most at peace and where I enjoy some of the quietest moments of my day. I want to share with you an invitation to join me in something which I intend to do a great deal of right from this chair, which is to participate in a virtual Maranatha House Church this Advent and Christmas season. A Maranatha House Church is a small group of parishioners from St. Mark's who meet on a weekly basis during a liturgical season for prayer and meditation, for reflection on a piece of scripture, and then some really frank, lovely, and candid spiritual discussion based on some questions generated by that scripture. In particular, this year, our Maranatha House Churches are going to be organized around a book written for Advent by one of my teachers and friends, Maggi Dawn, called Beginnings and Endings and What Happens in Between. It's a series of devotions, actually, for the Advent and Christmas seasons. There's one for every day between December 5th and the Feast of the Epiphany on January 6th. Maggi is a wonderful and profound spiritual writer. She's a priest in the Church of England and has had a really quite amazing career. She has been the chaplain of King College in Cambridge. She's been the dean of Marquand Chapel at Yale Divinity School, which is where my wife Jewel and I got to know her. And now she's the principal of St. Mary's College in Durham. She's an incredible writer, really, really beautiful stylist. And I think that you'll find that the stories that she tells and her ways of looking at scripture will open up these stories of Advent and Christmas for you in a new way, right when we most desperately need it. Maggi tells some of the most amazing stories in this little book. The first of which, actually, is the story of one of her aunts. She had an aunt, she said, who missed her birthday every single year. Never seemed to get a birthday present to her on time. Never seemed to get a Christmas present to her on time. Instead, the aunt would simply send the birthday present or send the Christmas present whenever in the year it occurred to her. Sometimes it was July when the Christmas presents came. And Maggi says that she actually came to really, really adore this. The gifts didn't come on the date that they were due, as it were. Instead, the gifts came when they were supposed to, when they would be actually most needed in Maggi's day-to-day life. And Maggi says that sometimes the joy and wonder of Christmas or the new hope that comes about in the season of Easter, sometimes these gifts of joy and wonder and hope don't come on schedule. Sometimes the joy and the wonder of Christmas is actually not something you feel during the actual season of Christmas between December 25th and January 6th. Sometimes the joy and wonder of Christmas come at different times of the year. And sometimes the Christmas season itself is filled with other sorts of emotions like disappointment or longing or fear or nervousness. No matter what emotion it is that you might be feeling this Advent and Christmas, I hope that you know that Maggi's book will throw that emotion into the light of Christ. It will shed the light of Christ on it and will help you to see it in a new way. At least that would be my hope. That would be my hope for each of you this Advent and Christmas as you explore this book together alongside the stories from Scripture about which Maggi writes in these Maranatha House Churches. It's easy to sign up for a house church. You can follow one of the links to register for a house church, which are attached below in this email, or you can go to the St. Mark's website and follow the link to the Maranatha House Church page. There's actually a big picture on the marquee right now this weekend that you can easily click and then find a time that works for you and sign up for a house church there. After you've signed up for a house church, you'll be emailed a link to the Zoom chat that will take place at the assigned time. In addition, every single week, we will send out a list of discussion questions for you all to consider in your house churches, a reading from Scripture for you all to read and to pray over, and you'll also receive that week and the next week's readings from Maggi's book. Maggie's been very generous and has allowed us to make the book available to each of you free of charge digitally. So you'll receive a PDF with that week's devotions, the devotions for the week ahead each week after you sign up for a house church. Really so delighted that Maggie's been willing to be a part of our life here at St. Mark's during this season. We look forward to connecting with Maggie through a Zoom, actually, with Maggie from England at some point during the Advent season. More details about that will be coming soon. For now, please do prayerfully consider joining a house church, and we'll go ahead and get started with these beautiful devotions. May God bless you and your families this Advent and Christmas season. And I pray that the gift of God's joy and wonder, which is associated with Christmas, might come into your life, if not on the due date, then right on time. God bless. Bye-bye.